teaching the Praying Life seminar, one of my favorite portions of the teaching, Paul, is when I actually have them think about a difficult person that God has put into their life. And I love this because I remind them, difficult people are a gift from God to you. And let's, instead of just sitting and complaining or even running for help to another source right away, why don't we pray through difficult people in our lives? Just asking, why are they so hard to love? Why has God given me this person?
Yeah, and just another commercial on the way prayer works, because I think this particularly fits this category. And Bob said this, I'm just going to underline it, is that generally we don't ask God's help for these people. It's just an area, it's kind of like if you have big ears and they're really, they're too big, you wish you didn't have big ears. It's just like you don't pray your big ears to get small. I mean, it's something you just got to live with. You know what I mean? And it's sort of like it. And I think difficult people are like that. It's just that we kind of blank out on them because they're just so, maybe we'll yell at them, we just wish they would go away, but it doesn't occur. I mean, the one reason they're difficult is because you might have tried to say something to them and it just got worse. You know what I mean? That's what makes them difficult, is that they are often encased off. I often see difficult people as they reverse what I see the three principal characteristics that Jesus has. Instead of compassion, they are narcissistic. They're just absorbed with themselves. Instead of being able to give and receive honesty, they're self-righteous. And then instead of a soft, dependent will, they are very self-willed. And if you invert Christ, you have a difficult person. The world calls them bipolar or whatever. I mean, they just would buy whatever. They're more pain in the neck. But and they're immovable. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
And any attempt to move them is like waking a dragon. I mean, it gets worse. So you just sort of walk around them. So it was really neat to begin to start praying for these people, because I noticed in my own heart, if I would come across a difficult person like this, I would freeze. I would just freeze. And beginning to pray and asking God to help me, immediately one of the things that happened is my own heart would unfreeze. It just asking God to come in, it kept me from writing them off. And then to begin, and it kept me, I can either freeze, and sometimes I can be like a bulldog and go right after him, and it kept me from that. It slowed me down. Sometimes I would, because integrity is so important to me, and sometimes I would, because of that, I would think I need to go to this person and talk to them about what they're doing. And it's kept me, it's helped me to wait a little bit sometimes on honesty. And I'll pray sometimes for 2 or 3 years for a person before I will come to them. And during that time, I just had some remarkable examples in my life of God uncovering stuff. That's often what he does, is he brings situations into their lives that uncover stuff where it becomes too much for them.
Mm-hmm. I was praying for a difficult person in my life. And the reason I knew it was difficult is when I would finish a conversation, I would come away exhausted, like I had to try so hard, and I never got through. I never got, said what I was trying to say. And I think one of the things doing this friendship through prayer did for me was it slowed me down. And it taught me that just with some people, you're going to have to relate in short bites with plenty of pausing, a lot of listening. It's amazing how much God does in your own heart.
Yes.
As you relate.
Yeah.